Mark's Misadventures, The Wrong Way Home. The last school bell of the day sang its happy song. "Bring! Race you to Richard's house," Mark shouted to his big brother, Paul. They grabbed their backpacks and zoomed out the door, following their friend down the street. They were so excited, they forgot one very important thing: to tell Mom where they were going. At Richard's house, they played tag in the big backyard and swung so high on the swings they felt like they could touch the clouds. They played until the sun started to get sleepy and the sky turned orange. "Time to go home, boys," Richard's mom called. Mark and Paul waved goodbye to their friend and started walking. "Which way is it, Paul?" Mark asked. They came to a corner with two street signs. One said Ahern Avenue, the other said Tulane Street. Paul scratched his head. He mumbled. "I think it's this way." The corner was a fork in the road. One path went right, past the big oak tree they knew. The other path went left, into a neighborhood they had never seen before. "I remember now," Paul said with a big, sure smile. "It's left." But it wasn't the right way. The houses all looked strange, and the big oak tree was nowhere to be seen. The sky was getting darker, and the streetlights were starting to glow. "Paul," Mark whispered, holding his brother's hand, "I think we're lost." Just then, they heard a rumbling sound. Vroom, vroom! A big mail truck turned the corner, its headlights cutting through the twilight. "Look, a mailman," Mark said, his eyes wide. "We can ask him for help." But Paul shook his head. "I don't know, Mark. Mom says we shouldn't talk to strangers." Mark knew his mom was right, but this felt different. "He's a mailman. He helps people." Mark insisted. He took a deep breath and waved his arms. The truck slowed down and stopped. The door opened, and a familiar smiling face looked out. "Mark? Paul? What are you two doing all the way over here?" "It was Dad." "We got lost," Paul admitted quietly. Dad chuckled. "Well, it's a good thing I was working late today. Hop in, but you have to duck down in the back. It's against the rules to have passengers, so this will be our little secret." The truck rumbled and bounced all the way home. When Dad pulled into the driveway, Mom was standing in the doorway with her hands on her hips. She did not look happy. "Where have you two been? I was worried sick." "It was my idea to stop the mailman," Mark said bravely. Mom's face softened. She knelt down and pulled him into a hug. "That was a very smart idea, Mark," she said. "I'm glad you knew to ask for help, and I'm very, very glad the mailman was your dad."